Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Kausa. I'm the speaker for today. Can I know whether the educators are all here or not? Supposed to be 3. Wait, let me see.
Yes, we are all here.
Sorry. Okay, all the other educators are here. All right. So the motion for today is, let me see. The House believes that AI should govern and oversee the country of Malaysia. Is it true for both sides?
Yep.
All right.
Yes.
All right. Okay. I will start the debate for today. Good evening, everyone. So, the House, I am pleased to welcome you all to this round of Inter-Tamhidi debate competition of 2022. I would like to remind the members of the floor, they may only raise points of information in the constructive speech and only after the first minute and before the last minute of speech. Also, please ensure that your internet connection is stable and your voice is audible. Are there any inquiries before we start? No. Once resolved, the round shall start. Okay, with that, I call upon the Prime Minister to deliver his or her speech here.
Am I audible? A minute. Okay, I will start now. So, Assalamualaikum and a very good evening. I bid to the honorable panel of judges. It is an honor to be debating in front of the intellectual members of the debate club, not to mention the curious audience, my worthy opponents, and my fellow comrades who are here to support me in governing the country with AI. So, moving on, in my speech today, I'm going to explain the definition of this motion, our stand, provide several arguments and analysis. So moving straight on to the motion, we define this motion as this House believes that AI should rule, govern, and be in charge of the nation, the country of nation. So what is our stand? Our stand is to provide a better place for citizens to live in. Now, we know for years, being citizens of Malaysia, that corruption has been a major problem in our country for ages. And so my first argument is that when we allow AI to govern the country, it will stop corruption because of what? Because it reduces the interaction with people. As we know, AI is it's artificial intelligence. It can compile information information from any sources to be processed without the energy of humans. Because when we let humans to interact with each other, there will be so many biased things, and then people will it is easy for people to bribe there. So automatically that will be eliminated. And it's relatively easier, obviously, to solve this problem that's been going on for ages, and we can finally stop this problem occurring in our nation. So Moving on to my second argument, that is, decision making is easier in a lot of sectors in our nation, be it technology, education, because these decisions are calculated by AI, right? Not by um, the human brain. So it's very precise. It's more precise and more meticulous, and it prevents any flaws in anything that we're doing. And so we strongly believe that AI should govern the country. Um, Next is that next is that we know that our lives mainly revolve around technology, right? So I think it's very necessary that that we allow AI to be in charge of the country, because um, it's literally what we depend on to this day. We're doing right now, we're not even going to physical schools. We're doing everything online. So it's better this way. And I think that it should be taken it should be this step should be taken to rule our country. So in conclusion, I think that my arguments are strong enough for us to execute this in our country for a better place for citizens to live in. Thank you.
Thank you to the Prime Minister for the speech. Now I would like to call upon the Leader of Opposition to deliver his speech. The floor is yours.
Right. Before that, can we know the
Please.
time for the first speaker just now?
5 minutes and 37 seconds.
Thank you. So I'd like to invite the LO to continue.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you to speaker on the good evening to speaker of the members of the government as well as the opposition. Before I deliver my speech, I will introduce myself. My name is Mirdina Haikal bin Mir Shafizul, the opposition leader for this session. So our side as the opposition, we do not agree that I should govern and oversee the country of Malaysia, because it itself have many weakness. Even though the AI that govern the country helps to decrease corruption, make it the decision easier, and being governed by elected or appointed robots, cyborgs, or algorithm may sound like science fiction. The advantage of robot government should still be obvious. Being far less hampered by ideological extremism and television, or by the egotism and narcissism tendencies that seem to characterize many government leaders. Robot government may able to make rational, fair, well-rounded, and evidence-based decisions. So my first argument is, of course, one of the weakness is the high cost. Because the ability to create a machine that can simulate human intelligence is not small feat. It's not cheap. It's very, very costly. It requires plenty of time and resources and can cost a huge deal of money. as nation, we are not a rich country. We are not like the United States, the Arab Saudi, and so on. So AI is so we cannot spend much on the AI because it costs you too much money. AI also needs to operate on the latest hardware and software to stay updated and meet the latest requirement, thus making it quite costly. So we need to keep update our hardware. We need to keep update our AI. So it requires a lot of money. Okay, Malaysia is not a rich country. I would like to say again, Malaysia is not a rich country. So we should spend much to build the AI. We should not. We should not to build the AI. Instead, we should use the money to take care of our people. We should build more infrastructure. Okay, my second argument is increase in employment. As you know, the government of Malaysia always to make sure that we have more employment chance to our citizens. When we impose the AI to govern the Malaysia, it will create more unemployment in Malaysia. Perhaps one of the biggest disadvantage of artificial intelligence is that the AI is slowly replacing a number of repetitive tasks with bots. The reduction in the need for human interference has resulted in the death of many job opportunities. A simple example is that the chatbot, which is a big advantage to organization, but a nightmare for employees. I would like to read the study by predict the AI will replace at least 30% of human labor by 2030. My last argument is that the AI make humans lazy. Why? Because we will depend on only the AI. AI application automate the majority of 10 years repetitive tasks since we do not have to memorize things or solve puzzle to get the job done. We tend to use our brain less and less. This addiction to AI can cause problems to future generations. So my conclusion that I didn't correct. Okay, we are disagree that the AI should govern and oversee the country of Malaysia because it is highly cost and no employment. I mean increase in employment in Malaysia and will create more. Will make our citizens more lazy. That's all my speech.
Timekeeper, can I see the time? Okay. Thank you for the leader of opposition for his speech. His speech is for 5 minutes and 5 seconds. Now I would like to call upon the DPM to deliver his or her speech. The floor is yours.
Good evening to Madam or Mr. Chairman, distinguished guests, teachers, and fellow friends who's watching right now. My name is Sabrina Yusufan, and I'm the Deputy Prime Minister of this government team. The topic for our debate is that it is our belief that AI should govern and AI should govern the country of Malaysia. The first speaker from the opposition team has tried to tell you that the first speaker from the opposition team has tried to tell you that by having AI as our leader or control this Malaysia, control this country, is that the civilian will be lazy. But this is wrong because of that. Okay, this is wrong because we as the humans, create the AI. So basically, it is true that it will be increasing the unemployment of the jobs for the Malaysia because the AI will be controlling them. But basically, we can open several or we can open new jobs or staying a few jobs that only require humans to do the job, like such as being teachers or being doctors at healthcare, for example. So our first speaker has already explained that by having AI to govern our country is that they can reduce the corruption of the Malaysia. It is true that the corruption in Malaysia is currently increasing because of our economy is become more and more kind of problematic because of the our cabinet, our Malaysian cabinet that is currently having some issues right now. So by having AI as our as like a leader for our country, is that they can like make a fair like stabilize the currency and also the finance of the economy of Malaysia, and also it can increase the currency, like increase the economy. Like in Japan, they have a lot of robots at their place, so we can use Japan as our role model to inspire us to have AI to lead our country. So today I will be talking. So today I will be explaining about my arguments, which are AI is good in sector of in healthcare sector and also in education sector. So my first point is that in health sector, the AI or robots can reduce the death. What is it? The sorry. AI can wait. Sorry. May AI, okay. So robots or AI can give a lot of information in the healthcare sector, such as during right now during the COVID-19 pandemic. So we tend Malaysian tends to be panic, especially Malaysia, especially Malay, the Malay one, that we cannot trust the booster shot, such like that. So by having AI as like controlling our healthcare sector, is that they can give a lot of information about the benefits of vaccine, or can sorry, and also can list the spread of virus, including COVID-19 virus, or like fever or something like that, like, because AI is basically a program. Sorry, AI is basically a program machine, so that they have the knowledge to detect the sorry that the you know the, detect the cause or symptoms, so that they can prevent from humans to get sick, or maybe the worst is to be die. Okay, so for the next point is that in education sector, students can get fair the can okay in education sector, I can okay I think that's all from me. Sorry, thank you.
Thank you to the Deputy of Prime Minister for the speech. The speaker spoke for 7 minutes. Now I would like to call upon Deputy Leader of Opposition to deliver his speech. The floor is yours.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good evening to fellow educators and my fellow comrades. Okay, I want to overturn the speech that has been given by the Deputy Prime Minister, which is she more concerned about the economy and applications. But stabilizing the economy is not the main context of governing a government, such as Malaysia. She stated that robots in Japan are digital funding based, but the robots or the digital funding is based on human situations. The graph decrease and increase based on the human conduct. And she also stated that the application structure is built by human itself. The system, the maintenance is created and built by humans using their bare minds, using their complex minds. And my point is, in a mere context, AI is robots that had been programmed towards their own objective. They were built and programmed to do the specific things that have been set by the creator, which is us, humans. AI or artificial intelligence, or I can say robots, or the technological creation is pretty much complicated. And on the other hand, humans is totally a complex existence. We were given a mind which cannot be calculated by maths. Our bare minds can't be read by any kind of advanced technology. There are no technology that can read mind. And I want to overturn the decision that by stating that AI can rule the government, the state of government of Malaysia, based on the society, the laws can't be governed by AI, whom have a limited access. And then my first point is leader of the government of Malaysia basically must be chosen by the people itself, by the citizens itself, via elections. And before the elections, we can see that the leader, the nominators of leader help people to gain their trust. And how AI can gain a trust from a people, what AI can do, what robots can do. And then the second thing is decision making of government must be concluded and must be conducted and discussed crystal clearly, which have proof that citizens can see where the points, where the decisions making, where is the point has been made. The proof is our parliamentary. We every years or every month we have discussions in the parliamentary, which is live on TV that can be seen by the whole people in Malaysia, the whole citizens in Malaysia. And by doing that things, citizens is not totally concerned and not totally worried about the organization of the government of Malaysia. And the third point is our law, the Malaysian law. Our law is depending on the society, depending on the social engineering. Laws based on the social engineering, our social daily life, based on the current situations, of the people. The new laws being made by our social conduct, which is AI itself have a limited access on it and even don't have a specific powers to control this social, to control the citizens and to control the society. And we can see that Malaysia have a lot of different races. We have Chinese, we have Malays, we have Indians, we have Sabahans. We have a lot of different races, which depending on different laws. There is a lot of kind of laws like that, Malaysian laws, Sharia laws, and then we have Chinese laws, we have Indians laws, we have many laws, which is totally complicated, and I believe that it can be controlled by the AI itself. And then I want to conclude that humans sacrifice for thousands years, a million years, to create a civilization, to create a society, to create a government. And we humans don't do the hard work just to make AI, just to make robots govern us. We just don't want the robots to control us over the power. And we can see in 1957, Tunku Abdul Rahman itself sacrificed a lot of things just to get independent. And that's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you for the speech from the Deputy Leader of Opposition. He spoke for 6 minutes, I think. And now I would like to call upon Government Whip to deliver his speech. The floor is yours.
Yes. Bismillah. Can you hear my voice? All right. So I will start my speech in 3, 2, 1. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and a very good evening to all the adjudicators, the timekeeper, my fellow comrade and my respective opponents. So today our topic of the debate is this house believes that AI should govern and oversee country of the Malaysia. And we as the affirmative team believe that this statement is true. First of all, I will start with rebutting the argument from the opposition team. The first negative speaker has tried to tell you that when we are trying to developing a country that is governed by AI, it will take lots of costs. And we, Malaysia, are a poor country. We don't have money. So I say, yes, it's true, but I want you all to compare if we spend our money to develop something that will give benefit to us, and money and we pay tax to the current minister, and they do not use the money correctly. So in my opinion, it's better for us to spend money in something that will give benefit to us, which is the AI. Because what, as our first speaker said, the AI will increase the efficiency of government because they can make decision precisely with all the calculation, and they also prevent corruption. So when there is no corruption occurs, Malaysia will be a better country. Because for all this time, before this, what stopped Malaysia from being what prevent Malaysia to move forward is corruption. Corruption stopped the minister from doing their job. So that is what that is the thing that prevent Malaysia from moving forward. So I strongly believe that we should spend our money, we should invest our money to AI, because AI can increase the efficiency of our government. And next, I will move on to the second speaker. The second speaker said just now about limited access. He said that AI has limited access in leading our country. So actually, AI is a better, even though AI has limited access, but it is better compared to we as human beings that have unlimited access, but we can't do job as efficient as the AI do the job. So it is better to go for efficiency better than accessibility, right? And then
Can
I
I
will move
interrupt?
on. Sure.
You're saying that we can give our money to for a better AI, and then the AI can rule the government due to diligence and the efficiency. Okay, and AI. You also stated that AI can decrease the amount of corruptions by the governments. Okay, first of all, the AI.
Enough. 7 seconds only for POI.
Oh, okay, thank you.
So I shall continue with the summarization. So our first speaker spoke to us about the efficiency of government, which she focused on the preventing the corruption. So yes, as I mentioned before, corruption is the main reason why Malaysia is not moving forward, because corruption prevent the minister or everyone that is in charge to do their job properly. All right, so next, move on to our second speaker. Our second speaker focused on the health. So she said that if we use AI, it can reduce the death chance in the hospital. So why she said this? Because AI is a systematic system that will follow the procedure accordingly. So when we use AI in the hospital sector, in the health sector, the AI will follow the procedure exactly, and it will increase the efficiency and reduce the death chance. So it is better compared to if we use human power, that yes, we as human being, we also feel tired, we also do mistakes, we are careless sometimes. But AI, they don't feel those things, they don't feel tired, they will keep on being efficient all the time, they are stable. And that will help the health sector to improve from time to time, and inshallah, Malaysia will be a very healthy country if we use AI in our health industry. And as the conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, I strongly believe that if we use AI, this will help Malaysia to be a better country in lots of sectors, lots of sectors, because yes, AI is more efficient and more stable compared to our current government. So this clearly showed that our stand is still valid till the end of the debate, and that's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you for the thank you to the government whip for the speech. The speaker spoke for 5 minutes and 34 seconds. Now I would like to call upon opposition whip to deliver his speech. The floor is yours.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good evening to the respective judges, my respective members, and also the governments. So today our topic or motion is about this house believe that AI or artificial intelligence govern and oversee the country of Malaysia. For my side, which is the opposition, this motion, we are totally disagree. This is because we start off with the Prime Minister of the government who said that AI or artificial intelligence can stop corruption. Actually, the corruption can still happen because human can still manipulate the artificial intelligence, because the artificial intelligence are created by humans that they can program by itself. So basically, that will still we can see that corruption can still happen. Then the second one is the decision making will be easier. We must know that human and artificial intelligence, they are not the same culture. They are legally culture, which means legacy culture is not the same. My second speaker or the opposition speaker number 2 said that humans had built civilization almost 1,000 years ago, almost millions years ago, and it should not be stopped by the artificial intelligence. So actually, decision making of artificial intelligence will not be easier if we use artificial intelligence, because we don't have the same culture with humans. They don't have the same culture with human. Then actually, AI is will totally demolish our country. Then from the Deputy Prime Minister, the speech is about economical. Actually, human conduct is more successful in establishing an economical or financial stability. It is actually more reliable if we use human instead of AI, because AI is easy to be manipulated and being hacked. We see many hackers from around the world can hack easily the system or artificial intelligence that you have now. Then we move to the third one, which means the third speaker said about the money that developed the cost. Actually, to develop an artificial intelligence, it is not worth the money, because actually AI or artificial intelligence is not proven to be successful in any country. In Malaysia, we don't use yet artificial intelligence to govern the country. We also see United States, we also see Russia. They still did not use artificial intelligence in conducting a country or govern the country. Then the second one is about unlimited access. The accessibility is actually, nowadays we can also get it from human, and unlimited access can still be manipulated by the artificial intelligence, because you know, when human can use or program the artificial intelligence easily, because artificial intelligence is used by human. And next, AI in terms of corruption, I had said it before, and actually human conduct or govern the country is more successful in governing the country compared to artificial intelligence. So I would like to say that human should still govern the country and oversee the country of Malaysia than artificial intelligence, because artificial intelligence is not proven to be successful and we should not invest our money to build artificial intelligence because we don't know what the future holds about the artificial intelligence. We don't see the successful in USA and United States, in Russia. We don't see what artificial intelligence can help to govern the country around the world. So, as I said before, based on this topic, this House believes that artificial intelligence govern and oversee the country of Malaysia. I am totally disagree with this topic, and I believe this. I believe that as the opposition side, we believe that the human should still govern and oversee the country of Malaysia in terms of decision making, in terms of the management, because human is still successful in governing the country, and artificial intelligence is not successful. It's not proven to be successful. And I think that's all from me. So in conclusion, I would like to tell, or what do we say? I would like to highlight that actually, as the opponent side, the topic govern and oversee the country of Malaysia is not should be made by the artificial intelligence. Means the artificial intelligence or AI should not govern and oversee the country of Malaysia. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you to the opposition whip for the speech. The speaker spoke for 6 minutes and 14 seconds. Now, both of the government and opposition are given 1 minute to prepare their reply speech. The time is up. I call upon the speaker from the opposition side to deliver their reply speech. The floor is yours. Opposition side, are you ready?
Okay. Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Good evening to the members of the government and opposition. I would like to come into conclusion that the AI should not govern the Malaysia, because just like we said, there are many weaknesses to AI, such as it's very costly. I will repeat, it's the third time I repeat that we are not a rich country. We are the third country. We are developing country. We shouldn't spend our money to put the AI and then govern our country. And instead, we should build more infrastructure. We should help people. We should give more money to people. We help them. We should give them more opportunities to give the world. Okay. My second conclusion that the reason that the AI shouldn't govern the Malaysia is that it is proven. It's not proven yet that the AI is effective to govern the country. As example, there is no country yet that pick the AI to govern the country, such as United States. United States, we still have a president, Joe Biden. Such other countries such as Russia, Vladimir Putin, they did not take AI as their leader to govern the country, because it will be a problematic to that country, because the AI is not proven yet. It's only proven in certain what we call in a certain subjects such as economical, human conduct, and so on, but it's not proven yet in political. So my third conclusion is that the AI did not decrease the corruption, because the AI, it can be managed by the government to make it okay. Just I said that the AI is did not guarantee that is decrease the corruption, because the government can fix the AI to be a more corruption. Such example, these parties managed to make the robots side with the government only, not side with the opposition, not side with the NGOs, and so on, with the opposite parties. So it will give more advantage to government. It will give more advantage to parties that govern the country to make the illegal action, such as clean money, corruption within the agencies, and many more illegal activities. That's all my conclusion. Thank you.
Thank you for the conclusion from the opposition side. Now, let's welcome the speaker from the government side to give their reply speech. The floor is yours.
Right, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So today, and right now I'm gonna go for the conclusion. So I'm gonna summarize the argument from the opposition team and also their rebuttals. The first one is they keep saying that when we are using AI, it will be costly and we will need to spend lots of money and it's not worth. So again, I will point out that it is better for us to try something new. Rather than we keep on spending money on something that will never do any progress for us. We have been living in Malaysia for a long time and there is no progress along this time. So our side believe that we should try something new. Maybe it will bring improvisation to our country. The next one is about the about the corruption. The opposition side keep on saying that corruption can't be prevented if we use AI because AI is still conducted by human being. But it is better for us to use AI because it can at least slightly reduce the corruption that is happening right now. So and I'm going to go to our side's argument. The first is the effectiveness of the government, and when we use AI, it will increase the efficiency of the government. And as they said that it is not proven yet, because it is not proven yet. So we still don't know whether it will bring success or failure towards us. So we say that we should try something new that have a bigger chance to success. And that conclude our sites, and we strongly believe that we should use AI to govern and oversee Malaysia. Thank you.
Thank you for the speech. And that is all for this round's debate section. Before I will assign the educators to the breakout room, the House would thank the educators for their assistance and congratulate all the debaters on their performance. Now the host will assign all the educators to the breakout room to discuss, while the debaters please remain in this room in the meantime. For the participants, you can go for a short break or drink some water or go to the toilet. But please make it short as there will be some brief feedbacks from the educators. Thank you. Sebab kita dah nak kalau online je benda tu kita tak keluar. First of all, yes. Yes. Okay, give me a minute.